What if you got back what you give out? What if you got back what you give out? Let me say it a third time because I want you to get it. I want it to sink in. And I want you to reflect on this really. What if you got back what you give out? That's what we're talking about this morning. Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. Better late than never. And I have a word for you on this morning, dropped in my spirit. It really did. And I said, I've got to raise this question. This is more of a question than I have answers on this morning. And the question is, what if you got back what you give out? If you got back what you give out, that's the question I want to raise this morning. Let me greet some people and get right into the word on this morning. Good morning, Gerald. How are you? Good morning, Ella. How are you? Brenda, how are you? Brother Pope, how are you on this morning? Anna, how are you? Joel, how are you? Verena, how are you? Lena, how are you doing on this morning? It's a good morning. It is a great morning that it is. Patricia, how are you on this morning? Vicky, how are you? Vaughn, how are you doing on this morning? I'm raising the question this morning. What if you got back what you give out? Yeah. Good morning, Erica. How are you on this morning? Dawn, how are you? April, how are you? Sent, how are you? Minister Sent, how are you? Going to be seeing you in a couple, 3 days. That's right. Can't wait to get there to hang out with Divine Call Ministries. That's right. It's going to be a good time. Good morning, Brother Nesbitt. How are you? Good morning, Deacon Joe. How are you? Diane, how are you on this morning? Divine Call Ministries, excellent ministry. If you are in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area, you're going to be stationed there, been there, going through there, whatever. You want to connect with Pastor Wallace and the awesome team of Divine Call Ministries right there. Don't go to another place. That's a great church right there. And I'm just going to be sharing this weekend with them. Good morning, Lydia. How are you on this morning? How is everybody on this morning? This morning, I'm raising the question. I'm raising the question, and I'm looking for an answer. What if you got back what you give out? What if you got back what you give out? The text to talk, the takeaway, 5 minutes or less. I want you to look at this text again for the very first time because so many times we don't use this text in the appropriate way. Luke 6:38. Luke 6:38. And this is what he says, with the same measure that you get, that it will be measured back to you. And I want to read more of it that. Now, it says, judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. Now, we use this. I'm guilty of this. This is a famous verse that is used when we are taking an offering and receiving the offering of the Lord, but it really isn't talking about money, not in a direct way, maybe in an indirect way. It really is talking about relationships. It's talking about relationships. It's been talking about not judging the scriptures before. It's been talking about eye for an eye. That's what it, and then he boils it down the same measure. So I want to raise the question this morning. Three things I want you to grab, and I want it to be reflective this morning. And that is this. What if you hmm, get back the love that you give out? What if you get back the forgiveness that you give out? And what if you get back the understanding that you give out? And what if you get back the time that you give to others and helping them and encouraging them that you give out? What if you get back the treasure that you give out? What if, that's the question this morning, you get back what you give out? I want to raise that question. Take a moment and think about that. Here's the takeaway this morning. What kind of world would it be if I got back what I give out? What kind of world would it be? The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you and give you peace. I hope this manna bless you, and I hope you reflect on it throughout the day. Share it. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you.